Hey everybody, welcome to the first official video of this channel. Thank you very much for clicking it, by the way. It means the world to me. I'm just sort of finding my footing here, seeing what works, but we're going to get into it the best way that I know how. Improv. So anyways, let's get into it. The first topic here today is going to be not accepting the cards you were dealt in life. Now they could be a lot of things. They could be a pair of jokers, they could be a full house, and they could be other hands that I don't know what are, because I'm not really a card guy. But I do like Batman, so that's why I have those. But anyways, we're going to look at some hypothetical situations today and see if anybody lands into those and what we can do to look for solutions to maybe a problem you are having, maybe a problem I am having. That's what this channel is going to be about. We're going to look at problems from a solutions perspective. What can we do to improve our problems? What are you going through? What am I going through? What can we do to spin the wheels and get back on track in life? So let's get into it. Scenario number one. We're going to look at somebody who was born in a small town with not much going on. This person was raised pretty well based on their upbringing is concerned. There was some issues involved with family here and there, but they made some great friends and have good connections overall for those that that person still keeps in contact with. But this person's psyche was kind of wrecked by, a lot of baggage type things, family spats, friend spats. Things just sort of wrecked this person, and they had to honestly move away from their small hometown and look for answers their own way. And let's say this person's current situation still sucks because they didn't do it the right way. They spun wheels in circles for the next 4 years and had to take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize you're still messing up and you need to reset again. Small town, moved away, now finds himself in a not really great place either, environment-wise, as far as uplifting that person. But that person is not giving up and doesn't want you to give up. That person is me. I don't want to come across as, oh, woe is me, because no, woe is not me, woe is not you, etc., etc. What I'm looking at here is a way to improve the future. And that might not be a hypothetical per se, but I have a feeling somebody else might have gone through something similar. What we're looking at here today is how to fight back against essentially everything you might have been taught. I'm not saying disown your values, disown what your religious beliefs, disown your path in life. What this statement is about is to challenge everything you know, because you might find a better life on the other side. I've come across a lot of people in my life. Some great, some terrible. I mean, haven't we all? Essentially, those that still are with me in life are hardworking, are independent thinking, want more, fight for more, and show me that it is possible to fail and fail and fail and still succeed in the long run. Most of the people that I still have contact with believe that. And I feel like we become who we hang out with. That's true. But we also have just choices every day. We do not need to stay trapped in a bubble. Whether that means where you live, what you do for a living, what you've been taught. I think that everyone has an equal opportunity, especially in the internet age. Say what you will about it. It's wrecked us mentally, and I'm guilty of it, but it's also opened a whole lot of doors for what you can do with your life, with your future. The possibilities are endless if you believe they're endless. Let's look at another hypothetical. Let's say a person was born from tremendous wealth. Let's say their parents or their guardian, what have you, was very rich. Let's say they were born in a very great city to live in, grow up in. This is all subjective. Let's say New York, Los Angeles, and if those places suck, what's a good city? Fill in the blank yourself. All I can really go with is what I've heard. Okay, let's say this person, silver spoon, what have you, and this person was handed, opportunity after opportunity based on who their parents knew, or who, just fell into their lap, essentially. This person has had an easy life. By an outsider looking in, this person has had an easy life. Let's say this person never challenged anything and just accepted what they were given. Sure, the person on the other side who has struggled their whole life can easily judge that guy or girl or whoever and say, wow, look at this fill in the blank, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, this is something I've had to learn the hard way. You don't know their story. They might have struggled in different ways, living up to their parent or guardian's reputation, not feeling like they had any identity. And I think that's something I think everyone struggles with these days, more or less, whether you are searching into yourself and finding identity or not. We are all still looking for ourselves. I don't think a person ever really finds themselves until they die. I mean, you might find success, and I wish that on everyone watching this and everybody who's not watching this too. But identity is something you have to honestly live through. Who you are is who you are left, or who you've left at the end. That's just my perspective. What I'm getting at here, these are hypotheticals after hypotheticals. Well, one of them wasn't, but I think you might get the point. What have you been dealt? What is your situation? What can you do to improve it? Have you given up? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I gave up. The past, let's say 3 years, I pretty much gave up. I accepted where I was at. I struggle with depression. I still struggle with depression. But the thing is, if you don't fight for what you've got, you're never going to have more. If you don't accept where you're at in life, you're never going to get out of it. I'm living it. I'm living the process of grinding out, and it feels awesome to finally be putting myself in a scenario where I've got to grind in order to make the cheese, essentially. That's what this one's about. I want to try to reach anybody struggling, no matter where you're at in life. No matter if you're happy, sad, miserable, on top of the world, grinding that cheese, or just cutting it. What we're here to do is discuss what you can do to improve your situation. And this is coming from somebody who I don't think risks even really fit into my vocabulary until a couple years ago. And then I blew a lot of risks, and I'm starting over from, honestly, ground or square, whatever zero, whatever you want to put, /0. And that's where I'm coming from. This isn't a place of like high ranking success or I'm going to tell you guys how to do it. Take a look at my humongous bank account right here. Take a look at all these stacks and stacks of cash, and you suck. So how can you improve? No. We're coming at you from the bottom, and I want to get up there with anyone watching this. No matter what that even means. That might not even mean money. That might mean happiness. I'll tell you what I want. I want severe happiness on top of success, but I want the happiness to come first. I've been sort of reinventing myself these past few months and looking for that. And that's what I want this channel to be about. We're coming from a place of where can you improve? Where do you want to be? And where can we start? So, that being said, what is your hand? And what can you do with it? Are you happy with it? Good. If you were dealt the hand you were happy with, I'm glad. But I still think everyone should do their best self a solid and still redraw. Take a look at Yu-Gi-Oh, for instance. If he didn't keep drawing, Yugi, Yami, whichever one you prefer. I'm a Yami guy myself. I think Yugi sucks. But yeah, let's say he stopped drawing, and he just got Karibo. This is a very, we're getting into some nerd territory. I can't run from myself. Let's say he just drew Karibo and gave up. Well, then Kaiba would have mopped the floor with him. No, he kept drawing, and he eventually got all the pieces of Exodia. And this is coming from somebody who only had to watch the first episode to make a situation, okay? I did watch the whole show, so, please don't claim you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know much about the sequel shows, but I did watch the original. Okay, enough about that. Let's wrap this up because I don't want to just ramble. Bottom line, what can you do to improve your situation? Well, I'm going to be right there with you. This is going to be a long journey, but you don't have to accept 2 jokers, okay? You can rise up out of that, draw a royal flush, and other cards and go from there. I'm going to be right there with you. This is just the long start of what I hope is a very fun experiment, this channel at least, and I can't wait to try out new things, get to other topics. Some will be more negative than others, some will try to be like this, but I'm already having a blast and I can't wait to keep going. Thank you for watching this. It means the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.